This video is sponsored by Full Reptile Collective, brought to you by Dan Hardy. Head over to their website at fullreptile.co.uk where you can find anything from training gear, t-shirts, hoodies, all the way to coffee. For an exclusive 10% off, use Dan Said So at checkout. Make sure to also check out their YouTube channel for some of the best MMA content out there, bar my own. Let's get back to the video. 12th of March, UFC Fight Night. We have Magomed Ankalaev and Thiago Santos headlining in a 5-5 round main event. Light heavyweight here, guys. Thiago Santos coming off a win over Johnny Walker, which was a very calculated win against a new breed of Johnny Walker. But before that, he has lost his previous 3 against the division's very best. Arguably the GOAT, John Jones, Glover Teixeira, the current champion, and Alexander Rakic, in my opinion, future champion. You know, he fought John with 2 blown out knees, went the 5 rounds, looked great as well. But he's a guy that's beaten people like Kevin Holland, Jan Blachowicz, Jimmy Manuwa, and not just beaten them, he's knocked them clean out. This guy is one of the most explosive guys ever in the UFC light heavyweight division for me, Thiago Santos, and he's fighting the new breed of light heavyweights, which is the scariest guy. Definitely looks wise because he just completely dry face, wasn't fazed by Ian Kutalaba's walk towards him in a stare down, and he's beaten people like Ozdemir Krylov, Kutalaba twice actually, Abreu, without even really getting touched. He's been pretty flawless, and he's got some of the best kicks I've ever seen for a light heavyweight.
Oh, Ankalaev. I mean, if you don't know who he is, you're gonna know who he is.
Look at your face light up. Look at your face light up.
Yeah, this is part of the Russian takeover. There's all these guys out there who are sneaky climbing the ranks and are most likely going to be a champ one day. Ankalaev 100% has a chance to be a future champ in the next year or two. And it starts with the striking. Unbelievable striker, can pick you apart. He's a sniper. He has the power. But what we've seen a little bit more recently is that he can also wrestle. Shocker. The Russian guy can wrestle. So we're getting these new breed of fighters who, Khabib was very wrestling dominant. The striking was pretty good. But now we're getting this combination of the wrestling, the grappling, and incredible striking. And it's almost like, how do you beat these guys? You literally have to put their lights out. That's about it. And that's something that Santos can do to anyone. He got pretty handled in the Rakic fight, but with Glover, he almost knocked out Glover.
Yeah,
Glover came in for the takedown. He nearly finished him in that fight. And then obviously the John Jones fight, that was split decision. A lot of people thought that he potentially won that fight. And then before that, he was just knocking everyone out, including Jan Blachowicz. So, it's there. The potential is there. Santos can finish him. Do I believe he's going to? I do not.
Yeah,
I do not. And this is going to go 5 rounds. I know we just saw 5 rounds with Johnny Walker and Santos. Like you said, it was more calculated, a little bit more slowed down. But I don't think it looks like Ankalaev will have no problem going 5 rounds. He's just going to be the more well-rounded fighter. I like Santos, but he's 37. He's an older guy now. He beat Johnny Walker, but before that, it's 3 straight losses. So this is just kind of a guy maybe on the slow decline, and then a guy on a sharp rise. I like Ankalaev here for sure. I do. And of course, Santos has the potential to get the one-shot kill. He can do that to anyone. We just haven't really seen it in a little while, and I think Ankalaev is going to get the job done.
Yeah, Ankalaev is definitely the new breed. He's definitely on the up. He's got 1 loss in his career. That was to Paul Craig. If you remember, it was the last second of the 3rd round when Paul Craig triangle choked him. That is his only loss in his career.
It was a UFC debut too, I believe, right?
It was his UFC debut, but he was dominating him for 3 rounds.
Yep.
And he was in his guard, and Paul Craig is one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in recent years. And, he got a little too sure of himself in that fight, thinking he could throw hands with these guys, Paul. And I think recently he's just gone, do you know what? I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. Let's just do jiu-jitsu. And he's just been on, he's been dominating people since then. So that is, you could take it as he lost. He got triangle choked. He got caught. but he's arguably undefeated in his own mind.
Mhm.
Okay, I got tapped, fine, but I destroyed Paul Craig. And that's a very hard debut to have against someone like Paul Craig. You saw what he did to Jamal Hill, just snapped his arm, made it like a little floppy fish
Yeah.
while in a triangle, while hitting him. You know, he was a level above. And Ankalaev mixes it up really well. He's got an incredible jab. He's got brilliant movement. He creates distance by pushing people with his shoulder, using low kicks, and then he pivots his hips, uses the other leg to high kick. And he's got some of the quickest high kicks I've seen against Kutalaba and Krylov. Is using them really well. Ozdemir's got fast hands. He was faster, and that's what I'm worried about for Thiago here. Thiago's definitely got the power advantage. He's definitely more explosive. We didn't see the explosivity against Johnny Walker, but I know he's got it still in him. And if you hit him hard enough, I'm sure he'll get angry and unleash it Hulk-like. So there's a lot of good things that Santos could do in this fight, but I think most of them are kind of a Derek Lewis style where he needs to just unleash and let him have it, try and blitz him through Yoel Romero style, how he used to fight, where you contain yourself for a minute or two and then you just unload. Because if he tries to keep up with the amount that Ankalaev throws, the pressure he'll put on him, he'll piece him up. If he tries to go toe-to-toe with the amount of volume that Ankalaev throws, it's going to be an easy victory for Ankalaev because he's just got the cardio and the pace and the pressure and the way to shove someone and cut the corner off perfectly. That will just destroy Santos. I'm not saying he'll knock him out, but I'm saying he will just outpoint him easily and it'll be a clear-cut decision.
Yeah, that's how I really see this fight going, just based on the Johnny Walker fight. It was slow. The Alexander Rakic fight, it was very slow paced. Yeah. It just seems like that's it. He blew out both of his knees. He's older. Maybe he just doesn't have that explosion that he used to have.
Yep.
And when you don't have that, Ankalaev will just dance around you. He'll keep range. He'll pick you apart. If he wants to wrestle, he can wrestle. You know, we saw Glover have his way with Santos on the ground. So, and I just checked too. This is a 3-1 favorite for Ankalaev, which I think is absolutely fine. Ankalaev has proven that he's got the names. You know, he's passing all these big names with flying colors. Volkan Ozdemir, Krylov, Kutelaba twice, which was easy.
The first one was
easy
a bit weird, wasn't it? With the pulse of rope dope. It was another.
Yeah, that I don't know how. I don't know if I agree with what happened on the stoppage or not. That was weird. But then he was like, "Okay, well, let's run it back." He finished him round one, so
easily.
So I have no problem him being a 3-1 favorite here. This same exact scenario, an older guy, a UFC veteran on his way down, Ankalaev surely on his way up. So I got Ankalaev. I'll go even with the finish too. I think he can probably get the job done. Give me the TKO.
I like it, man. I've got him by decision, but we've both got Ankalaev in this one, guys. If you've got any disagreements, if you think Thiago Santos can turn back time almost and fight how he fought to lead up to that John Jones fight, then we'd love to hear it.